Quality is not an act, it is a habit. It is the mark of an educated mind, to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person, and to the right degree, and at the right time, and for the right purpose, and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Well begun is half done. Love is composed of a single soul, inhabiting two bodies. Happiness depends upon ourselves. Courage is the first of human qualities, because it is the quality which guarantees the others. In all things of nature, there is something of the marvelous. A friend to all is a friend to none. The aim of art is to represent, not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Whosoever is delighted in solitude, is either a wild beast or a god. The energy of the mind, is the essence of life. Those that know, do. Those that understand, teach. There is no great genius without some touch of madness. The worst form of inequality, is to try to make unequal things equal. At his best, man is the noblest of all animals, separated from law and justice he is the worst. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. The law is reason, free from passion. I count him braver who overcomes his desires, than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. The aim of the wise is not to secure pleasure, but to avoid pain. The educated differ from the uneducated as much, as the living from the dead. Republics decline into democracies, and democracies degenerate into despotisms. Hope is a waking dream. We make war, that we may live in peace. Democracy is when the indigent, and not the men of property, are the rulers. What it lies in our power to do, it lies in our power not to do. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in deserving them. The ideal man bears the accidents of life with dignity and grace, making the best of circumstances. Good habits formed at youth, make all the difference. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Plato is dear to me, but dearer still is truth. Those who educate children well are more to be honored, than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. The state comes into existence, for the sake of life and continues to exist for the sake of good life. The end of labor is to gain leisure. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity. It is just that we should be grateful, not only to those with whose views we may agree, but also to those who have expressed more superficial views, for these also contributed something, by developing before us the powers of thought. Probable impossibilities are to be preferred to improbable possibilities. All human actions have one, or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsions, habit, reason, passion, desire. Without friends no one would choose to live, though he had all other goods. Moral excellence comes about as a result of habit. We become just by doing just acts, temperate by doing temperate acts, brave by doing brave acts. The whole is more than the sum of its parts. A tyrant must put on the appearance of uncommon devotion to religion. Subjects are less apprehensive of illegal treatment from a ruler whom they consider God-fearing and pious. On the other hand, they do less easily move against him, believing that he has the gods on his side. Personal beauty is a greater recommendation than any letter of reference. Education is the best provision for old age. In a democracy, the poor will have more power than the rich, because there are more of them, and the will of the majority is supreme. The ultimate value of life depends upon awareness, and the power of contemplation rather than upon mere survival. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Wit is educated insolence. He who hath many friends hath none. To run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, and while it is true that the suicide braves death, he does it not for some noble object but to escape some ill. Even when laws have been written down, they ought not always to remain unaltered. The secret to humor is surprise. Jealousy is both reasonable, and belongs to reasonable men, while envy is base, and belongs to the base, for the one makes himself get good things by jealousy, while the other does not allow his neighbor to have them through envy. Change in all things is sweet. My best friend is the man, who in wishing me well wishes it for my sake. It is best to rise from life as from a banquet, neither thirsty nor drunken.